Srimad Bhagavatam, Book 10, Chapter 34. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Om, all hail to Almighty Vasudeva. Sri Shuka said, and so it was, upon another day, to reverence the god and worship pay, the eager herdsmen yoked their wains and came to the vast wood known by Ambika's name. There, in Saraswati river they laved, and favour from the Lord of creatures craved. The mighty Lord, devoutly worshipping with his fair consort, Ambika, O king. They gave to holy Brahmins, strict in vows, gold, cloth, honey, fine rice, and milking cows. All with adoration they donated, with "May the God be propitiated." That night, down by the river bank they passed, drinking only water, observing fast. Thus Nanda, Sunanda, and others there observed their sacred rites with solemn care. Now there was a mighty and hungry snake, who slithering forth did occasion take on its belly toward Nanda to creep, and swallow him while they lay there asleep. Then Nanda cried in sore perplexity, "Krishna, Krishna, this mighty serpent see, devours me alive. O help, I pray, this danger to your refugee allay." The cowherds, when they had Nanda's cry heard, sudden rose up, by consternation stirred, and seeing Nanda's plight, took in their hands to beat the serpent lighted firebrands. Though beaten and scorched, the serpent did not release Nanda, but coming to that spot, the Lord of Sattvatas, undismayed, his foot upon the mighty serpent laid. Verily, by the foot's touch of the Lord, he was absolved of his sins, and restored from the serpent body he had assumed, his godlike Vidyadhara form resumed. That refulgent being, glistering bright, stood there with a shiny gold necklace dight, and unto him, saluting with bowed head, Hrishikesh, interrogating him, said, "Who art thou, mighty one, most radiant, whose vision fills us with astonishment? How was it you were inured all this while, pent up in this detested body vile?" The erstwhile serpent said, "I was that Vidyadhara known to fame, you may have heard, Sudarshan was my name, possessed of beauty, wealth, and opulence, would traverse in my flying car the sky. Once ugly-formed sages I espied, and mocked at them in my own beauty's pride, and for my arrogance I was denounced, and Angira sages their curse pronounced, that I in an evil womb must enter in, as payment for my folly and my sin. Those sages, acting for my well-being, laid this curse which did fortune to me bring. Since you upon me your blessed foot press, I am relieved of inauspiciousness. Thou art the Lord who dissipates the grief and fear, and bring your refugee relief. Since by the touch of your foot I am freed, With your leave now, I to heaven proceed. I take shelter in thee, O Yogin's Lord, thou great being, by the devout adored. Command me, I am ready to fulfill, O Lord of all the gods, thy supreme will. O Achyuta, no sooner I saw thee, I was straightway from the Brahmin's curse free, and those who sing your name and glorify themselves, and those who hear them purify. What more then could be possibly conceived if one has the touch of your foot received? Receiving thus his permission to go, circumambulating and bowing low, Sudarshana to the heavens did repair, and Nanda was delivered from all fear. The cowherds with astonishment were stirred, when they of Krishna's wondrous power heard. Then, concluding their rites, to Braja hied, with admiration Krishna glorified. Once Govinda along with Rama came, of wonderful deeds and heroic fame, to sport at night with song and merriment, with damsels from the cowherd settlement. Begirt by lovesome damsels on each side, the brothers twain were fondly glorified. Adorned with precious gems, their limbs were dight with sandal paste and spotless garment bright. They praise the rising in the orient of moon and stars and glowing firmament. Jasmine's odours and lotus-scented breeze blend sweetly to intoxicate the bees. Now sang in vast delight the brothers twain, responsive to the melodious strain, with the raised pitch and with the dying fall, afforded delight to the minds of all. When they that singing heard, each damosel was astonished, and into a swoon fell. Their garments and their garlands were slipping, and their hair fell in disarray, O king. Thus, while the pair their dalliance prolong, vastly inebriated by their song, a servant of the Lord of Wealth there came, known as the vile Shankhachuda by name. And even before the two brothers' eyes, and as the damsels raised their shrieks and cries, the wicked demon drove the women forth most contemptuously towards the north. The brothers twain, hearing the cries of woe of "O Krishna, O Rama," rose to go and bring those damsels succour and relief who had been seized by the demonic thief. And as they onward hastened to that spot, assured those damsels, crying out, "Fear not!" And armed with clubs, as the brothers twain sped, the wily Guyaka still onward fled. But when he saw the pair toward him come, like time and death was with fear overcome. He left the damsels to avoid the strife, by terror struck, and ran to save his life. Then Govinda pursued him in his flight, eager to have his crest gem and to smite, while mighty Bala with the damsels stayed, to guard them and comfort to them conveyed. Then sudden, as from far to seize his prey, the mighty lord approached, and lopped away his head with his fist, and thus smote him down, and took the wondrous gem from off his crown. Thus, having wicked Shankhachuda slain, and the jewel from his head having ta'en, to his elder brother with affection he gave the gem, while the damsels looked on. And thus ends chapter 34 in book 10 of the great and glorious Bhagavat Purana, the text beloved of swan-like saints, sung by the son of Vyasa. Om Tat Sat.